Today's F1 Live Hungarian Grand Prix, baby. It is race day. How are you all feeling? Are you ready? Are you excited? There's been some news throughout the evening, actually, since we were last on for qualifying. Been some grid changes, some penalties. I'm sure you've read about it. Lewis Hamilton, 3-place grid penalty due to his impeding of Oscar Piastri on his hot lap in qualifying. Kimi Antonelli failed to lift under yellow flag conditions in qualifying, so he's dropped. So the grid has changed, but don't you worry, I've got you covered. Let me show you what that grid is. Let me just bring it up for you. So this is your starting grid now. You've got Lando Norris, P1, Charles Leclerc, P2, Oscar Piastri, P3. He'll be happy about that. Same as Max on the second row now, P4. Hamilton, as you can see there, 3-place grid penalty down to P5. Is still ahead of George Russell, running P6. Kimi Antonelli with his 3-place grid penalty down to P7. Hadjar, P8. Lindblad, P9. Hulkenberg, P10. Lawson, P11. Gasly, P12. Colapinto, P13, Bortoletto, 14, Ocon, 15, Fernando Alonso, P16. It's a great result for Aston Martin, actually, to be up there. P16, getting through to Q2. Big news that with the new upgrades from Aston Martin. And then, of course, we've got Ollie Behrman, Carlos Sainz, Albon, Stroll, Bottas, and right at the back, Sergio Perez. Let's see who we've got in the chat with us right now. Oh, look, you've been in for a while. Vinny Rowley, Jay Ashley, Chef's in the house. Riz is in the house. Rizza. S. Roberts in the house. Hooked on Classic. Just flicking through. Don't want to miss anybody. Christopher Music's in the house. Ron White's in the house. You've all been chatting for ages. Mancheer's in the house. Mango Man from Thai, I see you in the house. Cece's in as well. Cece says Antonelli's penalised for not being English. I don't think that was the reason. I don't think that was the reason. Who else? Well, Christopher Goodhart's in the house. Munch is in. Sean Hines in. Lodo Fleck. Is that Ciscando? Brazilian guy here. Nanny, you're amazing. Thank you. Good to have you with us, my friend. Glad you're in the chat. We like to start these streams nice and early before race starts. We can talk about what we missed yesterday. Sinbad's in as well. Yeah, Chef, Sapanga's back. I'm coming to that. There's been loads of news over last night. So yes, we've talked about the penalties for Hamilton and Kimi Antonelli. We've got your starting grid up right now. Nina's in. Nina De Cavara. Greetings, bro. Forza Ferrari. Absolutely. Morgan Fremantle's in as well. Good. Everyone's jumping in. Love it. So, yes, other big news. Check this out. So, the Malaysian Grand Prix is back, but not as a Malaysian Grand Prix. What? Yeah, Bahrain Grand Prix is going to be taking place in Malaysia. So, it's going to be the Bahrain Grand Prix in Malaysia, basically. It's a great circuit as well, Malaysia. It's a great circuit. And it's good because we get an extra race back on the calendar, so we're happy about that. But the reason why it's still the Bahrain Grand Prix is because the Bahrain are basically paying for it all. The reason why we lost the Malaysian Grand Prix off the Grand Prix calendar is because small country, cost them a hell of a lot to put it on, didn't make financial sense. So all of that oil money coming from Bahrain, they're basically funding it all. But Malaysia, you know, it's a great circuit. It's great for the fans. We've got an extra race, so it's good news. We don't know what's going to happen for Abu Dhabi and Azerbaijan. Still big question marks depending on the political landscape. So there could be further changes to the calendar, I think, later on in the year. But yeah, why not? The Malaysian Grand Prix, that's been sport washed to the Bahrain Grand Prix, basically. But listen, as fans, we just want the extra race, right? We're happy with it. It's a great circuit. CJ said Ferrari let Lewis down to aid Charles. Look, the only thing Ferrari did wrong apparently is they did give Lewis the information, apparently from Fred, that Oscar Piastri was closing in, but apparently not quick enough. Maybe Lewis didn't have time to readjust, get off the racing line. But look, I think all drivers should make it good practice that once you've done your hot lap, Just stay off the racing line, right? There's zero benefit for you to just hang out on the racing line when you're on a cool down lap or you're bringing the car in. Just get off the racing line. Just stay up right off it in qualifying. Like, that would be the sensible practice. If you're not going for another hot lap, yeah, just get off the racing line. It was a mistake. Hamilton said it was a mistake. Fred Vasseur said the team made a mistake, that they didn't tell him quick enough. But look, it's not like it's not Hamilton's first rodeo. I have to call it how I see it. I think it's good practice to just stay off the racing line, especially when you're going that slow. But it is what it is. Hamilton's took it on the chin. Look, P5. It's not the. If you're a Hamilton fan, it's not the end of the world starting from P5. Jenson Button, let me just remind you of something if you're getting a bit downhearted as a Hamilton fan. Let me just bring you up some key facts. Look at this. Jenson Button won from P14 in 2006. It was Jenson Button's maiden victory in Formula One. He came from P14 to victory. And there's been a few maiden victories here, actually, at the Hungaroring. Four first-time F1 winners. Alonso in 2003, Button in 2006 with that phenomenal drive, P14 to P1, Ocon in 2021, and Piastri in 2024. It's not over. That Ferrari's in good shape. It looks good. Anything can happen in that run into turn one. So don't get downhearted. Cal Coolett says, Santi better stay on the radio all race long. Life Behind Bars in the house. Hi from Atlanta. Don't think he'll do it, but go Max. Max is furious with his car. Did you see him when he talked about it after qualifying yesterday? Not happy with what Red Bull have given him. He's on the second row now. He's starting P4. He could be a threat. He still could be a threat. Mango Man from Ty says, Charles is the best. Paolo 23 says, hello everyone. Lewis Hamilton messed up this time. It hurts. But hammer time is inevitable. Look, Lewis Hamilton, 9 poles. Oh. Lawrence Stroll's talking. Lawrence Stroll just said, good start. He's not, listen, Papa Stroll's not going crazy about the success of Aston Martin because, look, you've gone from P22 to P16. Right? It's not something to celebrate. Yes, you need to recognise the achievement, but he ain't here to be P16, is he? He wants to be challenging for wins. So yeah, it's a start. It's one step away. This is how I described it today. The team, right, if all the team are on notice, even Lawrence Stroll himself on notice from the shareholders, so everyone's on notice. Basically, like, look, you're pretty close to your P45, and in the UK that means getting sacked. So they've taken a step further away from the P45, but they've still got 1,000 steps until they get to P1, right? So they get to race wins. But still, it's a step forward, needs to be acknowledged, but listen, can't get too giddy about it. And it's only the first part of the upgrade package, according to Adrian Newey. We brought a significant part of it to Hungary. Then we've got more coming to Zandvoort, more coming to Monza, more coming to Baku. Plus, we've got Honda bringing their upgrades to Zandvoort. So there's still, you know, they have got a succession of steps. And if each step can bring, you know, a big jump forward, I reckon they've gained about 1.5 seconds per lap as a rule of thumb. I think that's what Aston Martin have brought, which is good. Yeah, S. Roberts, Papa Stroll, happy Brundle grid walk. Yeah. Exactly, Sinbad said, pole isn't the guarantee of a win. Many factors can play in. Strategy, pit stops, reliability. Yeah, because really, you've really got the choice for pit stop strategy is 1 stop or 2 stop. Starting on the medium, stretching it out, swapping for the hards, going to the end of the race. It's risky. It's tight, that. It is tight. You have to whisper those tyres. Or it's a 2 stop where you start on the medium, then go hard. We're going to have to see. Tahar says, best thing would be Aston Martin in the top 10. If Aston Martin make it into the top 10 today, I think there'd have to be a series of unfortunate events for the teams that are ahead of them for that to happen. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. Safety cars could come into it. Accidents. Failures. All could happen today. So if you are an Aston Martin fan, why not? Why not go for maybe a point? I think if Aston Martin finish 12th, I mean, it'd be pretty impressive. If windy, Alonso points, S. Roberts says. Actually, could we get any rain today? What's the weather forecast? Is there an outside chance of rain? That could change everything. The graphic. Yeah, it's just, look, it's not an accurate track on the graphic. Yeah, Chef says Leclerc could bring it home in P1 today if no safety car. Lap 1's going to be key. Like Hamilton, he's starting P5. It's not the end of the world. He could be challenging up there. Gets a good start. Emma Rowe, come on, Lewis Hamilton's hammer time. Hamilton seemed a bit dejected, actually, after qualifying. He's like, look, all this bad luck, yada, yada, yada. But look, P5, it isn't unheard of winning the Grand Prix from P5. Oh, yeah. In fact, Druv Panwar says, what are your thoughts? Is there any chance of Hamilton getting P1 by undercuts on McLaren's? I think pit strategy is going to be key. Does Hamilton start on the hards? If everyone, I'll tell you now, most of these drivers will start on the mediums. Hamilton could go long on the hards to begin with. And then try and finish on the mediums. Finish strong. Pit strategy is going to be key. Yes, basically, Hamilton could gain ground in the pit stop strategy. He could also gain ground because Hamilton said even on his lap, his fastest lap in qualifying, he said he lost, he reckoned there's a tenth or two that he could find in that lap anyway. So we're going to see. What's Kimi Antonelli going to do from P7? What's George Russell? Don't forget, George Russell's running P6. Antonelli's P7. How are they going to race each other today? Zeb Wilson's in the house. P5 is a good challenge. It is. But look, do I think Hamilton still gets a podium today? Yes. Do I think he gets P1? Lando Norris looks strong. Piastri, though, I'm not sure Piastri gets a podium today. Piastri hasn't shown me over this weekend that he's anywhere near as quick as Lando Norris. So I think Leclerc, we could end up with Norris, Leclerc and Hamilton on the podium. Max Verstappen's unhappy with his car as well. He's not going to make it easy for Hamilton to pass him. Yet we have seen fantastic lap ones from those Ferraris. We've seen terrible starts from Max Verstappen more than once this year. The start window in that Red Bull is very difficult. Anything can happen. Swoops in the house. Damon swoops in. I see you. Yes, Brian's in the house. Wagwan. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Big up, Tony. Grandstand, big up. Good to have you with us, Brian. You're here at the right time. It's going to get exciting. I don't think you should, if you're a Hamilton fan, I don't think you write him off. I don't think you write Max off either. I don't think you write Kimi Antonelli off either. This is what I do predict. I think we're going to see some pretty exciting racing, especially in the first 10 laps. I do. I think it's going to be very cool. Yeah, Daniel F. Santa Silva says, lap one's going to be chaos. I think it will be as well. You don't want to miss the start of this one, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you. You absolutely don't. Chaos is right. And we've got some rookie numbers on these likes, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do it, see that little thumbs up. If you're enjoying it and you're excited for the race and you want to see your driver get P1, all that excitement, channel it in to a little thumbs up on the stream. It makes a big difference. If you are going to stay with us, I hope you do. I hope this is your Formula One companion today. We have got all the data. Let me show you what we've got. Let me show you what we've got for you. Yes, we've got all sorts of different panels, but this is the main panel that you've got. We've got the track below us, which will show you where the cars are in real time as they are on track. Then we've got obviously all the drivers. The difference, what that difference column says is you can see at a glance how many positions your driver has gained or lost from their starting position. Then we've got the tyres that they're on, the age of those tyres, their last lap, their best lap, the gap between first and your chosen driver. Then we've got the interval between the drivers. So that's the interval between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, etc. Then we've got all of our sectors 1, 2 and 3. Their times come and they are color coded. So at a glance, you can see if your favorite driver is performing well. If they print a time in yellow, it means the driver, 0 improvement. If they print a time in green, it means your driver has done his fastest personal best in that sector. If a driver prints purple, we all know what that means, fastest of all. So you can get an indication of whether that driver's on a charge, whether the driver's, going to put in the fastest lap of the race. And then, of course, you've got your laps, how many laps each driver has completed. So that's what your screen's going to look like. Then what we do is we bring in different graphics as and when throughout the Grand Prix. We've got race control messages. We've got radio messages. We've got track violations as well. We bring those in as and when throughout the stream. So we've got you covered. We've got all the data you could possibly want. And we are playing some games as well today. As always, let's get it in. Predict it live. What's that for? So you can predict the fastest lap. Sorry, Adrian Newey. So Adrian Newey just talking there on the grid with Martin Brundle. I'll just quickly paraphrase what he said. He said, this is the first step. Honda are bringing confirmed a new power unit to Zandvoort, which is the race immediately after the summer break. Adrian Newey does have more aero upgrades and chassis upgrades coming then as well, plus Baku, plus Monza. He looked quite happy, actually, to be fair. He looked quite happy. Yeah, so going back to this. Predict it live. Fastest lap of the race to 3 decimal places. Also, we're playing Next in the Wall. One of my favourite parts. Who's going to bin the car? Who's going to put it in the wall? Who's going to beach it? Who's going to break the car next? I'm doing my predictions now. I think it's better to get your predictions in nice and early. And I think they're going to be a lot slower than the fastest lap of yesterday. So I'm going to be in the one. Okay, I'm making my prediction. Just to give you a quick idea, the fastest lap of the race last year was George Russell with a 1:19.409. That should give you an indication of where we're going to be this year. Okay, I know what mine is. Okay, so here's my fastest lap. Just Hal's gone with a 1:33, and that's brave. Greetings from Texas. Dude Man's in the house. I see you, Dude Man. Good to have you with us. Right, I'm putting my prediction in now. Fastest lap is going to be... I think this is still ambitious. And next in the wall, I think this is going to be controversial. My next in the wall prediction's coming in. Who do I think is going to put it in the wall next? Who's going to be pushing super hard? Max did spin yesterday. Is it a Max Verstappen situation? Next in the wall. Got to think about this. Who's breaking the car next? Antonelli's running P7. Is he going to be over ambitious? He's not scared of pushing it a bit too hard, is he? Piastri running P3. Lawson, Gasly, Culprit. Alonso, is he going to push that Aston Martin to the ragged edge? Oh, okay. I'm going with it. I'm going with it. All right. I'll tell you who I'm going with. I think some people will hate me for this. But fastest lap, 1:23.111. And in the wall, I'm picking the Hulk. I'm picking Nico Hulkenberg. That's what I think. He's in a tough spot there. Got Lindblad in front of him, Lawson behind him. It's all going to get very, very hectic in there. So, yeah, I'm going in the 120s. Fastest lap last year was a 1:19.4. I think we're going to be around a second slower. So, my prediction is a 1:23.11. Get your predictions in. Fastest lap to 3 decimal places. It's hard, right? It's super hard to get this right. To predict the fastest lap to 3 decimal places, it's very difficult. We've only had one of our community get it right once. That's the Game Cat. I don't know if he's in today yet so far, but he's the only one to actually predict the fastest lap of the race to 3 decimal places. I put mine in. They're logged. My next in the wall, I think it's going to be Hulk. Those are my predictions. Get yours in. It's a lot of fun. S. Robertson with a super chat prediction. FIA will have multiple F-ups. Yeah, I mean, possibly. Penalties flying out left, right, and centre from the FIA. Yeah. Hulk. No, man, he got P10. Yeah, that's... Ferrari's in the wall, Stephen Vermeulen says. You think so? Think it could be a Ferrari next in the wall? Wow. Hadjar in the wall. For Rantiola Buenga. 190. You think we're in the 119s? 119.824. Gemma's in with a 122. Ocon in the wall. I think it could be slower than we think. I mean, I might not even get in the 120s. I think maybe it could be slower than we think today. The Game Cat says, I've never received so much praise for a lucky guess. Yeah, but it's an achievement, bro. Look, predicting the fastest lap to 3 decimal places. I don't know what mathematically, that's long odds. Very good. Very impressive. Very impressive. So do get involved in that game, predicting fastest lap of the race, next in the wall. Come and join us. And if you are watching right now, you have found the right F1 companion for your race watch along. All the data, all the community you could want. We do live news as well. Live news, 7:30, Sunday to Friday, every night, where we get to discuss the Formula 1 news together. And of course, we have breaking news throughout the day, driver market news, breaking news. We've got you covered. Come and join the community. Come and get involved. We'd love to have you. Actually, I probably should have done this, actually. Just to give you a clear indication. Hit the like as well. Subscribe. Get in the chat. Live news, 7:30 UK time every night. Race weekend watch-longs. There you go. I made a graphic. I should use it. That's what we want. And the best way to support the channel is obviously liking the streams, getting in the chat. And we're just becoming an active member of the community. That's the best way to support the channel. Come be part of it. Come be part of it. 120s easily, says Sinbad. Ron White, 119.999. Perez in the wall. Is that what you think? Hey, Gisette. Lady Gisette's in the house. Jerezy's in with a 127.68. I'm thinking 120s is about right for fastest lap of the race. I know. Dude, man, that's what we're going to do. When I actually get some merch, that's the plan. Anyone who gets it right, got to give away some free stuff. I agree with you. Absolutely. Cedric thinks the podium's going to be Leclerc, Norris and Hamilton. You think Leclerc's winning this one? Yeah, can you hit the drums, Fernando? I feel like that's part of a song, isn't it? Is it ABBA? Nina De Cavara says P1 Leclerc, P2 Norris, P3 Hamilton. Lap, fastest lap, 122.50. Close to mine, that. I was closest, by the way, yesterday. I was my time. I didn't get it right, but I was closest to the fastest lap. Sinbad, always forget to like. You must never forget to smash a like on it. We're at 40 likes. Let's go. Let's freaking go. This is it. It's race day. Let's get excited. Let's try and get to 100 likes before we kick off. Let's really bring some fire. Lap 1 is going to be epic. Trust me. This is it. If you're rooting for your favourite driver and you're loving the energy, smash a like on the stream. Let's freaking go. Oh, Chef says, controversial opinion. Lindblad spin or in the wall today? Lindblad's been bloody brilliant this year, hasn't he, though? I mean, we've only got one rookie on the grid this season, and Lindblad's been doing fantastic. Lawson, though, also been doing fantastic. I keep bringing up the conversation because it's in the press constantly. What about Solov? Solov, obviously leading the F2 championship. Red Bull Junior driver. He probably deserves a chance in Formula 1, but how'd you get him in? How'd you get him into the Red Bull family right now? If you're Alan Permain, well, actually, it'd be Laurent McKees, it'd be Red Bull over Minslav, really probably makes a decision. But if you're looking at Solov going, we need to get him an F1 drive, where? Who deserves to lose their seat? You can't say Lawson, he's done brilliantly. Lindblad, brilliant. Hadjar, great. Max, staying. I think for 27, I'd say more than think. You know, it's a sort of might have to wait his turn. He might have to wait another year. I think it'd be really unfair to drop Lawson, who is still waiting, by the way, for confirmation he's got to drive for next year. Alan Permain said we'll be making a decision later in the year. It'd be tough. Dude man says I just want to see Alonso in the points today. Oh, it'd be awesome for Aston Martin to score a point today. Awesome. Kieran City fan says I'm going for a Norris win today. And Russell P2 from P6. Do you think so? Mercedes have not shown a lot of pace though, have they? Russell especially this weekend. He was still down on Kimi Antonelli by what, about 0.3? Cedric saying Piastri in the wall next. Chef says I love Limbaugh, but waiting for a rookie mistake. He doesn't seem to have any this year so far. No, he's been. I'd say he's been brilliant. But I know what you mean. First year, for a driver not to have a rookie error first year, I mean that'd be unheard of, wouldn't it? That would be unheard of. Sets him with a super chat. It's so hot with the wind. Cars, tyres going to overheat. Going to make it a challenge, isn't it? You think that drivers like Hamilton, this will play into their favour. The wily, old, experienced drivers like Hamilton, Verstappen, Alonso, can they capitalise on these difficult conditions? I would say yes. Yes, they can. It plays into their favour. Strolovic can retire. Well, Strolovic. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I think he'll retire in this race at some point. But yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. S. Roberts, need more likes, folks. Oh, he's done a super chat for that. Yeah, please do. If you are enjoying it, the best way to support what we're doing, smash a big thumbs up on it. If you're enjoying the stream, if you get value out of what... Do you ever watch Diary of a CEO? I quite like some of the interviews on it. But the thing that really annoys me is when he does this. This is an impression of Stephen Bartlett. Here's something that's really interesting to me. I received this report from my team, and it says 40% of you are watching the content and you aren't subscribed. I find that really interesting. So if you really want to support the channel, maybe it would be great if you subscribe to the channel. And honestly, it's on every one of his bloody things. I find it dead annoying. The truth is, be straight with people. Honestly, like, for a YouTube channel to grow and for a, to build a community, of course, smash a like on the video if you enjoy it. But I don't like the way he sort of tries to hide it with I had this report from my team. And by the way, my team is me. This is the team. Right? But it's just, I don't like the way they do it. The point is, we do need likes. We do, because that helps the stream gets shown to more people. But it's like, look, it's obviously the decision's up to you. But we want to give you value and want you to enjoy it. And more than that, we want you to become part of the community. We think you'll enjoy it. It's a great community. So obviously we want people to subscribe. Obviously we want likes. And we do have to remind people because people forget to do it. But yeah, I think it's better just be upfront about it. Tell you what we do. Tell you who's involved. Tell you that we've got people who are like Formula One engineers through to people who've only brand new to the sport, and everyone's welcome. There's not much more we can do, we can say. But it's a friendly place to hang out. And if that sounds like the sort of community you want to be part of, you're very welcome. Come and join us. And I hope you do. I really hope you do. Gisette in with a super chat. Hamilton's on the hunt. I believe in him to win. I think lap one's going to be super exciting, Gisette. It really is, isn't it? It's going to be so exciting. I'm here for it. I am here for it. You do not want to be going to the bathroom. You don't want to miss it. Lap one is coming up in just 4 minutes time. And if you want to get your super chats in, it's a good way to be part of the show. You can make the show your show. You can send in a super chat, ask a question, share your view, back your team. Just get involved. Every super chat, by the way, guaranteed to be read out live on air. And as you can see, we are interactive. I interact with the chat all the time. So you don't have to do it, but it's there if you want to guarantee your message out live on the stream. Taha is in the house. I love that. McLaren's really looking favourites here, especially Norris. I'd be surprised if he isn't on the podium. I have to say, big surprise for me. Lando Norris. on fire. Didn't he do well yesterday? Didn't he do well? No, McLaren have done well. The upgrades have worked. Lando Norris has found the extra pace out of the car. Some people are saying, have Mercedes unlocked it for them? Have they given them, they've given them the new engine, which was supposed to be all about reliability. Have they helped them with the deployment side? I don't know. I'll be surprised if Toto Wolff has helped McLaren with their deployment from the battery side, but who knows? Big step forward, though, for sure. Big step forward. Dude Man in the house. Oh, thank you, Dude Man, for your super chat. Just to help support. Found your channel a week ago and have enjoyed your commentary and analysis. First time catching you live. Yes, Dude Man. So I love that. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it. And I'm so glad you're with us live. Because the idea behind this show, the watch-longs, is it's twofold, right? If you watch it on the television like I am now, this is your perfect companion. It means you get to enjoy Formula One with other Formula One fans. That's why it's called F1 Grandstand. If there's an accident, an incident, something conversational piece you want to be able to share with other F1 fans, you can. You don't have to sit at home and watch it on your own. It's company, right? And discussion. But also, it's if you haven't got the stream and you're not watching the pictures, we like to give you the full experience with the data, live track, commentary. So if you're at work and you can't watch the Grand Prix, you can put your AirPod in, and you can listen to it, and you can hopefully feel part of something, even if you're not able to watch the race. And that's what the watch-longs are all about. Want to give you the experience, whether it's a companion to the actual pictures of watching the race, or it's just enough for you to have almost like a radio show, right? If you can't get to watch it. That's the idea behind the watch-longs. Honestly, they're so much fun to do. Bravo says, hammer time, let's go. Lewis P1. There's still believers out there, even though Lewis is starting P1. Let me just give, well, I've created a grid. Let me just quickly remind you of that grid before we get kicked off. Lando Norris, P1. Leclerc, P2. Oscar Piastri, P3. Verstappen, P4. Hamilton, 3-place grid penalty, P5 for that impeding of Oscar Piastri during qualifying. George Russell, P6, that's your third row. P7, Antonelli, he also has a 3-place grid penalty. For failing to slow down under yellow flag conditions during qualifying. Hadjar, P8. Arvid Lindblad, P9. Hulkenberg, P10. Liam Lawson, P11. Pierre Gasly, P12. Colapinto, P13. Bortoletto, P14. Ocon, P15. Fernando Alonso, great result for him, starting from P16 on the grid. Ollie Behrman, P17. Carlos Sainz, P18. Albon, P19. Lance Stroll, P20. Then we've got Bottas, P21. And Perez, P22. That is your starting grid for the Hungarian Grand Prix. And just 2 minutes now before we have lap 1, turn 1. Drivers in the cockpit. Tyre warmers off. They are just about to set off on their formation lap. Get excited. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Get freaking excited. Lewis started on the soft. I thought he might start on the hard. Interesting choice. Lewis Hamilton definitely going to be opting for a 2-stop strategy today. I thought he may have tried to do a long stint on the hards. 1 or 2 stops going to be the strategy today. 1 stop would be medium, then hards. But there is also a 2 stop, which looks like medium, hard, hard. Gisette said, Max just took a long look right into the camera. Love his honesty. Jemima's in the house. Charles will win in turn 1. By the way, any new names I see that I can see flicking through the chat, you will get a shout out. Just like Blue Impulse in the house. Predictions on Alonso. Aston Martin this race. I think Aston Martin, I think he'll finish 12th. Is my guess. If he manages somehow to scrape a point due to incidents, accidents, anything can happen, safety cars, I think that would be a fantastic result. If he gets 1 point today, I think it's brilliant. But I think he'll finish maybe 12, 13. Maybe 12. That's what I think. David Chingali, I see you. So Leclerc starting up. Why are they starting them both on the same strategy? I always find that a weird choice. Well, I know why. Because they want to get the Ferraris out to the front by the end of lap 2 or 3. Maybe even lap 1. Starting on the softs. Smaller turbo. They are gunning for a first lap overtake. They're trying to get the Leclerc into P1. The softs just might do it, but it will mean they are committing to a 2-stop strategy by starting on the softs. Everyone else will still have the option of a 1-stop or a 2-stop, depending how the race works out. However, a 2-stop strategy with the likeliness of a safety car That could be the best strategy. So, risking it for a biscuit, the Ferrari, to try and get track position. Can they do it? Can they get to P1 on lap 1? Not long till we find out. I'm getting juiced up for this. If you're getting juiced up for it, don't forget, smash a big like on the stream. We're at 76. We wanted to get to 100, baby, before the race starts. Can we get 24 more likes before race start? Let's see if we can. Let's go, go, go. This is it. Hamilton taking his grid position. Leclerc. Everyone lining up now. Get freaking excited. Let's freaking go. Click Paul's in the house all the way from Philippines. I see you. Shweta Shuan. Verstappen got an upgrade. I know he's got an upgraded Deathwing. That's what he's got. Cedric, yeah, overtaking is not easy here. They call it the Monaco without the walls. Usually obvious, for obvious reasons. Here we go. Here we go. Turbo spooled up, revs up, lights on. It's lights out. It's a clean start from Norris. Wow, Piastri moves up to P2. Verstappen challenging Leclerc. Did not get away well. Hamilton, go around the outside of Leclerc. Hamilton, if he makes it stick round the outside, can he? He's wheel to wheel with Charles Leclerc. Max Verstappen's up to P3. Hamilton trying to take the inside line. It's clean. He's on the inside line of Verstappen. Hamilton moves up to P. No, he doesn't. Whoa, nearly lost his front wing there with Max Verstappen. Hamilton is ahead of Leclerc, though. Moved up to P4. Leclerc dropping down, losing places. Down from P2 to P5. Piastri up to P1. Leading this race. Up 2 places on the first lap. Norris P2. Verstappen P3. Hamilton and Verstappen racing each other. This is an amazing start for Piastri. No one saw that coming. P3 to P1. What a start to the race. Clean though. Very clean. Nobody seems to have lost any parts of their car. Nobody running wide. Hamilton, really, their soft tyre choice has helped him. Up 1 place. Leclerc, though, dropping back to P5. What can Hamilton do? He's trying to race Verstappen. Not an easy thing to do, but I do think the Ferrari pace is quicker. Russell all the way down to P20. Anti-stall kicked in for George Russell. A tragedy for George Russell. Lap 1 of the Hungarian Grand Prix. All the way down to P20. Let's talk about the movers. So, down, let's see the big movers. Piastri up 2 places. Leclerc down 2 places. Lawson up 3 places, up to P8. Russell down 13 places to P9. Alonso up 1 place to P15. Colapinto down 1 place. That's your movers on the first lap. But racing clean. Piastri getting some clean air. The McLarens do have a bit of air between them and Verstappen. Verstappen is 1 second behind Norris right now. Hamilton, he is the faster car in the Ferrari, but trying to find a way past Verstappen is proving difficult right now. Yeah, Jules says anti-stall. That's exactly what happened to George Russell. He's clawing his way back, though. He's up to P18 now. He dropped down to P20. He's up to P18. Wow. What a start to this race. Hamilton. Half a second behind Verstappen. Verstappen really is holding up Hamilton here, I think. Super chat's coming in. Lady Gisette says Ferrari needs to not mess up the strategy. Before I found out the wall made the mistake, I was like, Lewis distracted. Girlfriend needs to go. You're blaming Kim Kardashian for bad pit wall. Here it is. Lewis Hamilton looking down the inside of Max Verstappen. Does not commit to the move. This is it. This is the battle on track right now. Hamilton, he's gone wide. He's trying to go the long way around Verstappen. Verstappen closing the door. This is a tough track to overtake, but Hamilton desperate to try and make it work. That was in turn 2. Coming out of turn 3, what can Verstappen do here to defend the attack of Lewis Hamilton? He is attack, attack, attack right now. But the McLarens are getting some clean air. All the while that Verstappen and Hamilton are wheel to wheel, they are getting some clean air for the McLarens. Lando Norris, 9/10 behind Piastri now. But it's Piastri. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody thought Piastri was going to take the lead in this Grand Prix. Yeah, George Russell making moves from P20. He had anti-stall, dropped all the way down to P20, but now he's making moves. He's up now to P17. Piastri is back. Track position is everything, Russ Palmer says. Thank you very much for your super chat, Russ. Yeah, I mean, this is good news. He's a second ahead of his teammate now. And more crucially, he's 2.3 seconds ahead of the lead Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton. So Alonso's been noted, forcing Behrman off the track. We do have race control messages. This is what the situation is now. Turn 3 incident involving Alonso and Behrman noted, forcing another driver off the track. Risk of rain for the F1 race is just 20%. Henrik Furs is in the house. I see you. The Gamecat says, if Stroll passes the Williams, the ghost of Frank might appear to smack Vowles upside the head. And quite right too. James Vowles not delivering on his promises to Carlos Sainz. Not delivering on the car he promised everybody. He said this car is the best car he's ever been involved with at Williams. That was before we saw it in Melbourne. Yeah, Vowles should be getting a clip round the head from the ghost of Frank Williams, in my opinion. Piastri, though, leads this Grand Prix. Fastest in the middle sector as well. Verstappen, fastest sector 1. The battle on track now, that's the exciting one, really is. Hamilton, Verstappen, Hamilton all over the gearbox. Trying to find a way. He went wide there, though. Hamilton went a little wide there, lost a little bit of time. Leclerc's all over the gearbox of Lewis Hamilton now, just 3/10 ahead of Leclerc. Could we see a switch in positions? Leclerc on Hamilton. They are on the softer tyre. That should have been a performance advantage. They are quicker, but if you can't find a way past, you can't find a way past. Verstappen knows how to make that Red Bull very wide. Wow. What a move from Piastri to take the lead. Hamilton making it stick against Leclerc. The two Ferraris wheel to wheel. Then Hamilton almost lost his front wing, taking the inside. Wow. Lando Norris just overcooked it, which allowed Piastri through. Wow, what a great start to this Grand Prix. Wow, we're looking at George Russell in the cockpit. Just anti-stall kicks in. He drops down from P6 to P20. A disaster for George Russell. He's making his way back up, though, to P15 now. Piastri, very happy now. He's a second ahead of his teammate Norris. But more telling is that he is 3.4 seconds ahead of the Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton now. That gap getting wider and wider due to the fact that Hamilton cannot find a way past Verstappen. Good to see him racing, though. Krishna says Ferrari and their strategies are to be studied. Giuseppe with a super chat. Piastri can thank Hamilton. It ain't over. It is not over. A lot more to come. Safety cars, pit strategies. Ferrari committing to a two-stop strategy by sending their guys out on the softs. They would have liked to have been out in front, though. They would have liked to have made these overtakes stick. These soft tyres will go off. Everyone's still in the race, though. Everyone's still in the race. It's an exciting start. Sicilian says, Oscar, smooth. Yeah, Oscar's playing it absolutely perfectly. Kept his head, found the opportunity to overtake. It's Hamilton that's really struggling. He's pushing the car to the limit to try and find a way past Max Verstappen, but he just can't find a place to overtake. Verstappen controlling his deployment well. Hamilton, again, closes a gap going into turn 1. McLaren, though, without being challenged, just finding that clean air between them and the rest of the field. It's just playing into their hands. Max Verstappen doing the best job for Piastri you could imagine. It's almost like it's Piastri's teammate doing this for him, holding up Lewis Hamilton, creating that clean air between Piastri and everybody else. Yeah, Aries, I've got F1 TV, but I still watch you on the live. Absolutely. This is your F1 companion. This is where you want to be. So, Hamilton, still keeping it half a second behind Verstappen. He's closing in on him again. Turn 14. That Red Bull seems to have the power out of turn 14. Look, Hamilton needs to find a way past. It's a 70-lap race. We're on lap 8. But because they're on the soft tyres, they are committing to a 2-stop strategy. We don't know whether Verstappen or the McLarens are running a 1-stop. There's a lot that can happen. Safety cars. Gisette saying, Max complaining about his car. Hamilton will strike. He is doing his best to try. Max Verstappen, yeah, not happy with his car. So, Hamilton has pulled out a gap between him and Leclerc, though. So George Russell, from slipping down to P20, has fought his way back up to P13 now. After an absolute horrendous start. If you just joined us and you're wondering what the hell has happened in the start of this Grand Prix. Piastri takes full advantage of of Hamilton and Antonelli. Grid place penalties. Piastri started from P3, managed to find his way through on lap 1 to P1 and is now leading the race with almost a 2-second gap between him and Norris. Hamilton managed to gain a place from P5 to P4, but Verstappen holding up Hamilton at the moment. Verstappen managed to gain a place up to P3. It's been a great start, but the big news is George Russell starting P6, hitting anti-stall from the start, dropping down to P20, fighting his way back through the field up to P13. Ferrari could switch to a 1-stopper still. Jules said, I mean, they're going to have to stretch out this run on these softs, so aren't they? How long can they make these softs last? So, iMarky534 says Verstappen can be really dirty in the corners. Will be so hard to pass without getting pushed off the track. We've seen the way Verstappen is defending his position. He has a right to do that. He has track position. He's allowed to defend. But yes, it's going to be very tricky to get past Verstappen. If you can't do it on the straight, and Verstappen's clever, he knows he can make his car wide. He knows he can hold off Verstappen through the corners, reserve his battery for the straight, which is where really you'd want to make the overtake. It's going to be tricky. They call it the Monaco without the walls for a reason, and that's the reason. Very difficult to overtake here. And Verstappen's not always the type of driver who's going to necessarily make a mistake to allow that Ferrari through. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Hamilton to find a way past, but he is trying. He's in the fight. He's all over the gearbox. Lando Norris asking, how the tyres, how's the race pace? Just dirty air, really much faster, but yeah, just dirty air. That's what Norris is saying this is the reason why he's so far behind Piastri, 1.4 seconds. It's the dirty air. Hamilton running in Verstappen's dirty air, but staying within striking distance. But Gisette makes a very good point with the super chat. Fun seeing Max and Lewis up front, though. Yeah, it is. I like seeing them racing. I like seeing them racing. It's such a tough track. Hamilton's got to pick his moment. Yeah, Steve says someone's playing chess. Hamilton does need to pick his moment to find a way past. Track map is funny today. Well, the track is the track. I can't stretch it. Made it any bigger. Marquis making a very good point. They started on the softs, the Ferraris, Hamilton as well. The optimum window for these tyres, they will start going off. Plus the fact Hamilton is pushing that car as much as he possibly can. Always on the inside of Max. Is he going to make this one stick? No, Max closes the door again. Turn 10. And that was turn 8. Yeah, the track Max doing some crazy shit. The date, look what is going on with my track map. It's readjusting from the, it's real-time data coming from the track. And it looks as if it's readjusting itself. Stroll in first. What's that for? Jerezi says Stroll in first. In the pits first, more like. So Hamilton's saying Max is really slow. So Santi telling Hamilton to not be so close to Verstappen's car at the exit of turn 13 to allow him to get a cleaner run round to the straight, which maybe could give him a better run out and maybe even an overtake opportunity on the straight. I don't think so. I think Max Verstappen is what he's doing is he knows how hard it is to overtake through the twisty sections. So he's not using any deployment. So when it comes to final corner onto the straight, Max has got max power. Literally. So it makes it difficult. This is the fight everyone's watching. Super chat's coming in. Lewis will wear Max down. He's patient and pissed, says Gisette. Well, that's true. He'll have to. Verstappen saying he's got a lot of rear degradation. This could be good news. If Lewis is looking after his tyres a little bit better, there could be an opportunity for Lewis to pass in the next few laps. I mean, he's definitely faster than Max on track. Russ Palmer says Piastri ignoring team orders could be telling. Hell yeah. Piastri needs, absolutely. Piastri's gone fastest of all now. Set the fastest lap of the race at the 1:24.840 at the moment. Max having problems with shifts, Gisette says. Lift and coast. Yeah, it's only a matter of time, I think, before Lewis clears Max on track. But it's still not easy. Still not easy. And if you are watching and having a good time, do smash a big thumbs up on the stream. Whoa! Alexander Albon goes very wide in the Williams. Engine braking gave him a big snap. He saved it. Albon could have been in the wall there. And by the way, we are playing a game. Speaking of in the wall, this is a good time to get your predictions in. We're playing fastest lap predictions to the nearest 3 decimal places. It's very, very hard to get it right. Maybe it's you. We've only had one person do it. The Game Cat managing to predict to 3 decimal places, fastest lap of the race. Get in and do that. Also, next in the wall, which driver is going to put the car in the wall next? or beach it, put it in the gravel, break the car. Next in the wall. The soft pit window is lap 13 to 20. Hamilton coming into that window. Hamilton going for the undercut. Hamilton going for the undercut. He's decided to come and pit early from the softs because he cannot find a way past Verstappen. Trying to do it on the undercut. Sensible move. Good stop. 2.6 seconds for Hamilton. So yeah, get your predictions in. Fastest lap to 3 decimal places. And who is next in the wall? I'll be shouting out any new names as well that I see in the chat. Int 28, I see you. Yeah, I'm at DB76. Softs have gone. I mean, I actually think that really, from Hamilton's point of view, the softs probably were good for a couple more laps. I actually feel they brought him in to try and undercut. So hopefully they can get Lewis Hamilton back out on track and he's not being held up like he was for Verstappen. So when Verstappen, by the time Verstappen comes in to change his tyres, Verstappen clears him on track. Round the outside for Lewis on Lindblad. Good news that this race is 70 laps, says Gisette on the super chat. Yeah, listen. It's a good move, that. I actually think it was the right move. Excuse me. I feel it was the right move. So Verstappen into the pits, trying to defend from the undercut of Lewis Hamilton. So he needed 2.5 seconds pit stop time for Verstappen. It's good. Where's Lewis? Lewis coming down the pit straight. Is Lewis going to pass Max Verstappen? Has the undercut worked? He's done it. He has done it. The undercut from Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton has meant that Hamilton has gained track position. Excuse me. I need a swig of water. Excuse me. Lewis Hamilton. The undercut has worked. Finds himself taking track position from Verstappen. Good strategy from Ferrari there. The right move. And also within the pit window. Hamilton's now out on the hard tyre. Piastri's decided to pit from the medium. No. Piastri coming into the pits now. The Cadillac of Bottas moving incredibly slowly down the pit lane. On fire. Again. How many times do we see the Cadillac on fire? He's trying to... Wow. That Cadillac on fire. How many times do we see the Cadillac on fire? Bottas retired in the pit. They got new brake ducting this weekend to try and prevent... Wow! Verstappen has just passed Lewis Hamilton on track, on fresh rubber. So the undercut, wow. So the undercut worked. Hamilton took track position from Verstappen, but you cannot ever switch off with Verstappen behind you. Managed to find a way past Hamilton. What a drive. What a move. Can Hamilton respond? Wow. Hamilton trying to defend, but Verstappen found a way past. Super aggressive move from Verstappen, and it's worked out for him. Norris is now your leader, whilst Piastri is in the pits. Hamilton all over the gearbox again of Verstappen, and we are back to where we were before the pit stops. These two fighting it out, and isn't it great to see the two masters of their craft? Hamilton versus Verstappen. Leclerc in the pits. Decent stop, 2.4 seconds. Ferrari pit stop for Leclerc. Hadjar up to P3. Norris leading. Antonelli up to P2. Remember, Antonelli with his 3-place grid penalty at the start of this Grand Prix started from P7 today. George Russell, after slipping back to P20, currently running P11. Verstappen, well, that was quite special. I don't want to complain, but that again, moving under braking, I mean, it's not nice. It's not right. So Verstappen saying Hamilton was moving under braking there to defend his line. Verstappen saying it was unexpected, that overtake. But again, Verstappen complaining about Hamilton moving under braking. I don't think so, Max. Honestly, from what I could see, that wasn't the case. Catching up with some super chats. Hamilton on the hards. Gisette says, yes, he is. Mark DB76. There was no message, but I do appreciate the support from a super chat. You can get your super chats in as well if you want to. Quick reminder of how to do it. If you want to send a super chat in, you're more than welcome to do so. Ask a question, share your view, back your team, get involved live, make the show your show. Basically, all super chats guaranteed to be read out live on air. I'm always interacting with the chat. You don't feel like you have to do it, but if you want your message, your comment, your support to be read out live on air, super chat's there for you to do that. And if you are watching for the first time, do smash a like. We're trying to get up to 200 likes on this stream if we can. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way to do it, see that little thumbs up? Just pop, put your finger on it. We're 128 likes. Can we get to 200 likes on this stream? Before the midway point of the Grand Prix, we're bringing you the action. Antonelli, P1, Hadjar, P2, Piastri, P3, but he has pitted, so he's out on fresh rubber on the hards. Running P3, Norris P4, Verstappen P5, Hamilton P6, Leclerc P7. So in real terms, what we're looking at is Antonelli yet to pit, Hadjar yet to pit. So real Piastri P1 really, Norris P4, P2, Verstappen P3, as it was before the pit stops. Henrik Furzer says, oh, by the way, the same mods sabotaging are also in here spying. What are we talking about here? I don't know. Max, Rob SAFC says, Max, I don't want to complain. Give over. Complains 24/7. Yeah, look, he does have a little whinge, doesn't he? Wow. Piastri and Norris made the move on Hadjar. Taken track position. So that's good news for Piastri and Norris. Verstappen also moved past Hadjar. Hadjar yet to pit. Piastri, Norris and Verstappen all on fresh rubber. Is Hadjar going to hold up Hamilton? That's the question, because this will be a very shrewd move from Red Bull. But no, Hamilton round the outside. Hadjar losing his tyres, I think, here. Yeah, he's lost the rear end. Hamilton made short work of it. You know what? Long gone are the days of Checo holding up Hamilton. Yeah, Hadjar couldn't really defend. Track position against Hamilton there. Mango Man from Thai is back. Good to have you with us. So Antonelli still not pitted. 12.9 second gap between him and Piastri. Gisette says once again, Kimi is up front and Russell in the back. Yeah, I mean, the comparison between the two drivers, it's the only comparison that really matters. You know, you've got to beat your teammate. And right now, Kimi Antonelli convincingly, weekend after weekend after weekend, beating George Russell. Yes, Russell's had some bad luck. Yes, there's been some problems with his car. But this weekend, who knows? But Russell is up to P8. He hasn't pitted yet. Neither is Antonelli. Are they going for a one-stop strategy? Is that the way they want to play it out with the Mercedes? It could be a good strategy. I mean, are we going to get a safety car? I would expect we would at some point. But the timing of that would be fortuitous for some drivers, wouldn't it? Verstappen and Hamilton, though. Nothing between them. 2/10. Yeah, it's a good race, Jules. I agree. Very exciting. Sacrificial lamb, says Henrik. He's talking about George Russell. Could be. Well, is he? I don't know. Or is it just Kimi Antonelli found his new gear this year and he just genuinely is 3/10 a lap quicker than Russell? Russell's not got worse. The cars aren't different. Maybe just Kimi Antonelli is better. Maybe he's that good. Hard to tell. Gemma's going to do a safety car dance. I mean, the George Russell start, he would have to take the blame for that. Anti-stall kicking in. That's a driver error, nearly always. Chef's asking for a safety car. Everybody wants a safety car. There's only a 20% chance of rain. Limblad in the pits. Kimi Antonelli's got to be considering his pit stop strategy now. You've got a box. Michael Toller just said the same thing. Antonelli must box. He's losing time to Piastri. Gemma Queen in the chat says Woody is clawing it back quickly. Rod F1 fan says Oscar and Lando swapping fastest laps. I mean, no team orders today from McLaren. There can't be. You can't ask Oscar to give up track position to Lando today. And if they did, if I was Oscar, I think I would say, no, thank you. I would say, I didn't hear the instruction. I would say I have a team radio problem. There's no way I'd be letting my Norris past me. He has to beat me on track. And as we know, overtaking here, pretty darn tricky. So Alonso's up to P11 at the moment. His soft tyres are 20 laps old. Yeah, and he's past Hulkenberg. I mean, Alonso's 5 laps up now. He does need to pit. He does need to pit. I would say the Aston Martins, can you imagine if they're trying to stretch this out for a one-stopper on the softs? Softs to hards. Oof. Russ Palmer says McLaren just figured out Kimi's looking at one tyre stop strategy. Exactly. Antonelli with a one stop isn't looking too bad, is he? OG Zilla is coming with the best super chat ever. He says, please, team orders today for Oscar Piastri. Because he backed Lando Norris. He's got a bet on Norris winning the race. Thank you, Oxzilla. OG Zilla in the house. Thank you for your super chat. Yeah, he's rooting for team orders from McLaren. You never know. Might happen. They might force a switch because, you know, they've both got to pit again. Could you imagine if the McLaren team all of a sudden, Piastri's pit stop took 3.5 seconds. Norris's takes 1.5 seconds. Undercut available for Norris. Could happen. The fans would go crazy if that happened, though, wouldn't they? The fans would be up in arms about it. So Antonelli's taking his pit stop. He's on the hard tyre. Could he stretch the hard tyre out to the end of the race? He did. I mean, Alonso's done 22 laps on the soft tyre. I mean, it's possible. It is possible. 40, I mean, you're talking 47 laps on the hard tyre. Is it possible? Oh, I don't know. I don't think he's on. I think that's probably not, actually. I mean, we saw him do it in Vegas last year, didn't we? What did he do? 48 laps on the hard tyre. Kimi Antonelli. Phenomenal. Auxilla says, Lando's last stop was 3.2 seconds. That's slow. When are McLaren going to get their pit stops right? Like, truthfully. I mean, come on. I mean, I just saw that from... Who just said that? Alonso in the points. Yay. I mean, to be fair, the Aston Martin, I just read it, it's flicked off, but the Aston Martin on the soft tyre, that's actually quite good. I mean, he's still... His lap times right now, let's have a look. His last lap was a 1:27.1. Bortoletto's is a 1:27... No, 1:27.5. Bortoletto, 1:27.1. Comparing that to... Who's on the mediums? Albon, 1:28.3. I mean, to be fair, Alonso just lost a place to Lawson. Probably is time for Alonso to pit. But maybe the Aston Martin, early indication that the AMR 26B car, pretty decent on tyres. Pretty decent. Yeah, the minimap's doing some crazy shit. I don't know why that's happening. It's the data coming out from the track. What happens is, on race day, sometimes the data can be a little bit spotty. So we don't get any spotty data on the main data there, but the track is always the thing to suffer. I don't know why. It's definitely not due to our internet. This is an AWS issue, I think. Lewis not liking the hard tyre. Well, right now he has slipped back to 1.9 seconds behind Verstappen. Yeah, he's not managed to, I don't know why the Red Bull suddenly found some pace. The Red Bull seems to like the hard tyre. I'd like to see some radio messages from Hamilton, actually, to get an idea of what's going on. But McLaren's looking very good here. 4.3 seconds now between the McLarens and Max Verstappen. This could be a 1-2 for McLaren. You know. Auxilla's going to be rubbing his hands together. All he's thinking is, let Norris pass. Norris has got to find a way past. I hope it's a big bet. I hope it's a big bet. OG Zilla. I was not expecting McLaren to be this competitive this weekend. I knew they're bringing upgrades, but I was not expecting them to be this competitive this weekend. Russ Palmer, a good pace beats racing pit stop to pit stop. Yeah, true. Very true. And actually, Lando Norris did show us that the McLarens had some decent pace. Piastri's radio. Plan a target lap. How's the tyre? Plan A. Target lap. How's the tyre? The rear doesn't feel great, Piastri says. So Norris saying, my tyres are good. Let me through. Piastri ultimately slowing down Lando Norris. Is this the reason for team orders to come into play? Will they make Piastri allow Norris past? Norris is on the gearbox. He's within overtake mode. We could see a move from Norris here, but it's very difficult to overtake here. Cal Court says he didn't adjust Lewis Hamilton's front wing during the stop. I feel like they never do. They never do. Air Tank says Norris has to earn it. I feel like Norris is a little quicker, though. Yeah, Rob, SAFC, McLaren did bring some upgrades, something to do with the floor. Wing end plates, I think, as well. Yeah, I know what you're saying about what happens is, because all the data comes out, I know you're just asking about the minimap, all the data comes out from AWS to the servers, and then when there's ever like high load on their servers, this is what suffers every time. It's always the minimap. It's really annoying. But it's not happening on our side here. That's what's coming out from the race circuit. Sinbad says, let them race. I hope they do let them race, truthfully. Yeah, so we're on lap 27. There's still plenty more action to come of this 70-lap race. And speaking of that, speaking of plenty of action, if you are enjoying yourself, and I hope you are, you're very welcome. What we do here, we've got, obviously, what you're watching right now is our live weekend watch-along format for the race. Of course, we're a full channel. We have live news Sunday through to Friday, 7:30 UK time, where we get to react to the Formula One news of the day together. We get to discuss it. It becomes a talking point. As we know, some news is better than others, so we get to discuss it and react to it as a community. We also have breaking news throughout the day, and we have driver market news as well. So we do scratch your Formula One itch. Come and join the community, whether you're brand new to Formula One or if you are an OG and you know everything there is to know about the sport. What we do here as a community is we help each other, right? If you're brand new, Russell in the pits. Yeah, that's what we try and do. It's an inclusive community. We want to keep it friendly. We want to keep it... We love the debate and we love the discussion. Keep it respectful. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build the best Formula One community on the internet. And I think we're doing that. So come and join us if that sounds like the sort of place you want to hang out. Can a VSC help Hamilton? Yes. Because he's going to... If it comes at a point where Hamilton needs to pit again, yeah, a VSC would be great. VSC, safety car would be better. Yeah, this mini-map, I wish I could solve the mini-map. It's bloody annoying. But sometimes it just sort of tends to sort itself out at some point throughout the race. I know that's irritating. Yeah, Ferrari pace dropped off a little bit. Hamilton 2.9 seconds now behind Verstappen. I think one of you pointed out, the Ferrari does not look comfortable on the hard tyre, does it? Whoa! Lando Norris went well wide into turn 4 there. Wow. Wolf, we went well wide then. He managed to save it though. I don't think he damaged the car. So Lando Norris still in the race, but he's now 1.4 seconds behind Piastri. Lewis Hamilton seems to be losing time to Charles Leclerc now as well. So if you are watching, I hope you're having a good time. We're 163 likes on this stream. Let's freaking go. Let's see if we can get up to 200 before the end of the show. Lap 30 of 70. Let me run you through. Let me just give you the rundown of what's going on. Piastri P1, Norris P2, Verstappen P3, Hamilton P4, Leclerc P5, Antonelli P6, Hadjar P7, Russell. Good job from Russell. He slipped back to P20 on lap 1 of the race due to anti-stall kicking in. Fought his way back up to P8 now. Lawson P9, Lindblad P10, Hulkenberg P11, Bortoletto P12, Gasly P13, Alonso. He's on the soft tyre, is he? He is. Alonso out on the softs, running P13, Bortoletto 14, Stroll 15, Colapinto 16, Ocon 17, Sainz 18, Behrman 19. Not a great weekend for the Haas. They've just slipped further and further down the field. Who's coming in the pits now? Hamilton in the pits. He is going to be putting the hard tyre on for the end of the race, I think. Yeah, he is. Hamilton, 2.4 second pit stop. Okay, I see what he took. Hamilton, that will be his last pit stop of the day. He'll be taking these tyres to the end. Hadjar not ahead of Hadjar retains track position. Hamilton on fresh rubber though. Hamilton has just got a wing adjust as well. Piastri moaning about his car at the moment, saying it's super inconsistent at the moment. So Norris is ultimately quicker than Piastri. He was 1.4 seconds behind him, but he's closed that gap down already to 6/10. So unfortunately for Lewis Hamilton, after his second pit stop onto the hard tyre, he got a little bit of wing adjustment, but they spat him back out onto the track behind Hadjar. Hamilton truly is racing Verstappen, but this is not a good look for Hamilton. Hadjar will not make it easy. Hamilton on the inside though. Is he going to make that stick? No, Hadjar closes the door. He's on the inside now. Yeah, Hamilton. He's made this stick. He's made it past Hadjar now. Hamilton going down into turn one. Made it stick. It's good that Hadjar wasn't unable to hold him up for too long. It's going to be close, this. I'm just thinking about OG Zilla's bet. OG Zilla's bet is like, Norris, I bet you got great odds on that. And I think it could definitely go that way. There's still plenty of drama to come on lap 33 of 70. Plenty of drama still to happen. Norris saying, I want to get past my teammate. And then he just said, what? So you will not let me past? Oh, this is now we're getting to the conversation. How do McLaren, if they want Norris past Piastri, how do they tell him to move out the way? Norris radio. I'll put out a 10-second gap with no tyres. Hamilton. Look how fast he's going. His last lap was a 1:23.6. Piastri's on a 1:25.8. That's over 2 seconds a lap quicker. Hamilton gaining ground now. So Piastri's coming for a pit. I wonder, how long is this pit stop going to take, McLaren? Are you going to allow an undercut from Norris? Or the overcut, I should say. 2.5 seconds. Fair stop from McLaren. Quick, no problem. Yeah, Gisette. Lady Gisette, seen with the super chat. Lewis in purple, fastest lap. 1:23 plus. Abso-freaking-lutely. Hamilton is best lap is purple. 1:23.671. He is the fastest man on track right now. In fact, I think he's the only one in the 1:23s. OG Zilla says, I got 2,000 shares at 5 cents each on prediction market. What is your projected? I don't know what that means. And what do you win? A lot, I hope. I hope you win a lot. I hope you have a great odds. Nice one, OG's. Good, nice. So that 5 cents each, 2,000 shares. I don't know what what your payout would be, but hopefully it's freaking great because you're in it now. I hope the adrenaline's pumping now. OG Dilla. Come on, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. Sean Hines says, if they let Norris buy Oscar, Oscar is gone. Yeah, Chef noticed it as well. Hamilton hits purple. Oh, that's what you win at OG Zilla. Nice. Nice. Drinks are on you. I hope you win. I do. Brilliant. Chef just pointed something out and I need to mention it. Aston Martin. Let's look at Aston Martin right now. P14 and P15. Alonso, 14. Stroll, 15. Ahead of both the Haas, ahead of both the Williams, even ahead of Colapinto in the Alpine, and of course, ahead of both the Cadillacs. It's a massive step forward. A massive step forward for Aston Martin this weekend. Huge. So can Norris, while he's out on track on those tyres, the hard tyres, 17 laps old, if he can put in some quick lap times, by the time he has his pit stop, he should rejoin the race in front of Piastri. The overcut is on. It's a Mugs game says, this is an Antonelli podium, I'm calling it. Sinbad said, safety car, lap 55 onwards. That would make it exciting, wouldn't it? Norris, P1, Verstappen, P2, Leclerc, P3, Antonelli, P4, Piastri, P5, Hamilton, P6, Hadjar, P7, Russell, P8. We've got to give Russell a special mention here, dropping down to P20 off the starting line due to anti-stall kicking in. Fought his way back up to P8. Lawson, P9. Lindblad, P10. Hulkenberg, P11. Gasly, P12. Bortoletto, 13. Stroll, 14. Colapinto, 15. Ocon, 16. Sainz, 17. Behrman, 18th. Alonso, 19th. Albon, 20th. 21st. Perez. And Bottas has retired. So, Leclerc in the pits. 2.5 second pit stop for Leclerc. Dude man says, can't wait to see the upgraded Honda PU after the summer break. Could be a complete turnaround for Aston Martin. I think that's what we're witnessing. I think we are seeing step forwards, aren't we? Step after step after step. That's what Newey's promised us. The first massive step today. Another massive step for Zandvoort with their new power unit. Then further steps, Baku. Further steps in Monza. Yeah, we could be witnessing the turn of the tide. Aston Martin, and have we been waiting for it? I think we have.
Norris wants an offset. He wants 5 laps newer tyre.
I mean, to be fair, you got to give Russell credit today. He is grinding out a result from slipping down to P20 up to P8. He's only, well, I'm not saying only, he's 5.5 seconds behind Leclerc is Russell, but still, Russell doing what he can with what he's got. It's a good fight back. Yes, Cozy Crocodile, I see you. Yeah, how cool it says, if Kimi sneaks in third, I'm slapping Fred. I mean, look, Hamilton's the fastest man on track now. He's 1.1 second behind Piastri. OG Zilla, man, when is Cadillac going to be a reliable car? How many races in a row is Bottas going to have to brake failure? Unacceptable. You know what, though? OG Zilla, it takes time to build a race team, doesn't it? The thing about them is, I go on about it a lot. They didn't buy Sauber like Audi did. They just built a race team. Yes, they're getting parts from Ferrari, but it's so difficult to do. Yes, they've nearly killed their drivers a number of times due to fires. But how many times have we seen the Cadillac set on fire? But you've got to give them this year is all about that. This year is about, you know what? You try. Whoa, there's been contact. Piastri making contact. Wow. Wow, contact between Piastri and one of the Williams there. That was some big contact. Yeah, so we're going back to Cadillac. Cadillac, I think, listen, the writing's on the wall. Cadillac are going to do something brilliant. It's just going to take them a minute. They're cooking right now. So what they've actually achieved so far is really good. But the brakes, they tried to solve that this weekend by bigger brake ducting, cooling for the brakes to stop the brake fires. Unfortunately, this weekend hasn't really worked out. Look, next year, if they can be competing a little further on, maybe for a point here and a point there. Sergio Perez was robbed of a point, really, in Monaco. It was a grid box penalty that cost him a point. But Cadillac, you've got to give him more than the first year. Got to. Lando Norris retains track position on Piastri. Piastri having trouble getting knocked by the Williams. Wow. Two back markers squabbling as Piastri was trying to make his way through. He made contact and now Norris takes track position. OG Zilla must be very excited right now. Yeah, there we go. OG Zilla. Sainz, first time ever I'll say this. Thank you. Yeah, he's put your boy at the top. Listen, we're all rooting for you, OG Zilla. I want you to win your $2,000. Absolutely. Oh! Spin. Haas. Ollie Behrman. Spun in the Haas. Recovered though. Back on track. Oh, throwing my pen around. What's all the dipsticks in the... What's wrong with you, Edward? Thank you, moderators. A couple of dipsticks. A couple of dipsticks in the chat. What's the point? Jerezi says Cadillac 2029 get their engine. They're just testing till then. I'd say that's true. Cadillac's entire MO this year is it's not even about scoring points. It's about developing the car. Everything is about the car right now. You've got two drivers, experienced drivers, helping to develop the car. The drivers they have their own individual programs, but even their programs are designed to get the most efficient way of building a better car, a faster car, a competitive car. That's all this season's about. So Cadillac next year, I think you're going to see a better Cadillac. 2029, when they bring their own power unit, I think Cadillac, in their own minds, are thinking we're going to be, we're going to be fighting out at top of the midfield by then. And if they manage to achieve that, it'd be remarkable. Don't forget, when Red Bull bought Jaguar in 2005 or 2004, it took them 5 years to win a championship. And that was buying an existing team. There was no team. Cadillac literally started from scratch. So right now, do smash some likes. We're 178 likes on the stream. We just need another 22 to get to that 200. We're on lap 42 of 70. I can't see Antonelli going to the end of the race on these tyres though. He is going to need to pit surely. Otherwise, we've got Norris ahead of Piastri, putting in the fastest lap of the race. Lando Norris now. Hamilton has cleared Max Verstappen. He's running P4. I mean, if Antonelli has to pit again, we've got Norris, Piastri, and Hamilton as your current, realistically, as your current podium order. But Verstappen's on the soft tyre. Fresh rubber. But he is 8 seconds behind Hamilton. Leclerc actually within striking distance of Verstappen. It's looking good if you're a Lando Norris fan right now, I'll tell you. If you've got a bet on Lando Norris to win this race, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, Chef said AMR leapfrog 3 teams. Absolutely. Yep, Verstappen behind Lewis. Lewis Hamilton got what he needed. He's got track position on Verstappen, and actually 8 seconds clear of Hamilton, of Verstappen. Hamilton was gaining when he put all those hards on around 2 seconds a lap. He did get that front wing adjustment that he wanted, and now he's charging. Now he is charging. Can he catch Piastri? I would say possibly. Hamilton is he's 3 seconds behind Piastri now. Is there any proof around me? I don't know what Verstappen was moaning about there, but Hamilton certainly last lap was a 1:24.69. Piastri's last lap was a 1:24.08. Best lap, 1:23.671 by Hamilton. Best lap for Piastri, 1:23.896. So, consistent gap at the moment. Piastri to Hamilton, 2.8 seconds. I love that. We've got Rancio Lubenga. Good luck, OG Zilla. Exactly. Everyone's rooting for you, Zilla. Everyone's rooting for you. Let's go. Chef says Audi's a midfield force. I'm loving the show. Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. If you're enjoying it too, we're at 193 likes. We are 7 off 200. Let's freaking go. Lap 44, 70 lap race. Could we see a safety car? Could we see some more drama? Yes, we could. There is drama right now with Lando Norris on the gearbox of Antonelli. Antonelli, his tyres are 22 laps old. Norris, his tyres are 5 laps old. Norris should make short work of Antonelli here, but they are racing. Antonelli does not need to yield. They are racing for P1. Track position. Norris, fastest man on track. He's all over the gearbox of Antonelli. Is he going to make the move here? No, he's not. He's going to bide his time, stalking his prey. Here it is. No, he doesn't put... Oh, Norris. He looked like he was going to make a cheeky move there. Antonelli doing a good job, though, defending here, keeping Norris behind him. Norris, obviously, the fastest of the two cars right now. And Antonelli driving very well, defending his track position, making his Mercedes so wide on a track that's difficult to overtake. Norris, though, I can see what he's done. He set him up for the move. Norris setting him up for the move on the straight, I think. Here it is. This is where we could see the move from Norris. Can he make it stick going down to turn one? He's done it! Norris. Oh, he overcooked it. Antonelli's coming back at him. Wheel to wheel. Norris trying to make it stick on the outside. Has he got the inside line? He has. Lando Norris has made it stick. That was a messy move, but it worked out fine in the end. Lando Norris dived into turn one, went wide. Antonelli switched back, took the position back. Then Norris came back again to make it stick. Good move. Well done, Norris. That's it. Already a second of clean air between Norris and Antonelli. That's how much quicker Norris is compared to Antonelli right now. Norris, Auxilla, is having a field day at his house right now. Very exciting times if you've got a bet on Lando Norris to win this one. Good move. Good move. We're 198 likes, people. Do smash a like on the stream. And by the way, just whilst we've got an opportunity, do come and subscribe to the channel. Hit a like, subscribe, get in the chat. Talk to all of us. Our F1 community, very, very friendly. Whether you're brand new or you're an OG in Formula 1, come and join us. Come and say hello. Hit a like, subscribe. News every night, 7:30 UK time, where we get to react to the news together. Obviously, F1 News is a funny beast. We get to report what it is, then we get to discuss it. It becomes a talking point. Sometimes we call BS on it. But the point is, we get to chat about it every night, 7:30 UK time, Sunday to Friday. And also race weekend watch-alongs. That's what you're watching right now. So subscribe to the channel. Come and join us. You're very welcome. Get in our chat and say hello. Any new names I see in the chat today will be getting shouted out. Yes, Blake Shepherd, we just hit 200 likes. Yes. Thank you. Brilliant. Let's freaking go. Yeah, OG Zilla. Lando, no risks, please. He's already pulled out a 3-second gap now. The only thing that could really make things more exciting, OG Zilla, is a safety car. Bunch them all up, and it could happen. Definitely could happen. Norris gaining respect. Chef said, yeah, he's doing great. He's drove a really good weekend. He's been consistently quicker than Piastri. He drove an unexpectedly quick qualifying lap for me to get pole. You know, unexpected, but brilliant. And now he's driven a flawless race. Norris, I actually feel Norris really showing a maturity to his driving now. Maybe winning the World Driver Championship last year. And that experience has making him a better, more consistent driver. He seems calm. He seems composed. Yes, he moans about the team this year not bringing upgrades fast enough and that aren't good enough. I understand that. Maybe his voice is getting a little bit louder now as a World Driver Champion. But I have to say, this weekend, in a McLaren, he's drove flawlessly. Brilliant. Credit where it's due. Brilliant weekend so far for Norris. Sultan Bra says Piastri should leave McLaren. I think he might be forced out when they choose Verstappen. Now, what do you think if you're Verstappen seeing this happening? You know Zach Brown wants you there. You know Lambiase is going there. You can see how McLaren have gone from where they started the season, what, P5, P6, to where they are now with their upgrade strategy. Look, if you're Verstappen, you're looking at that team and you're thinking, that team have got it together. They've got Rob Marshall, who I know well, designing the car. They've got Will Courtney on strategy. They've got my best mate and race engineer Lambiase joining them. I think Max Verstappen must be watching this and going, why aren't we doing this at Red Bull? We were ahead of McLaren at the start of the season, and they were. But now, Norris is winning a race, possibly. Don't attempt it. So, yeah, if you're McLaren, if you're Verstappen watching this right now, you've got to be thinking, I want to go to McLaren. Got to be. Gisette says Norris should, if he's a world driver champion, he stopped partying. Has he? Has he though? Or maybe the secret is for Lando, party more. Do a James Hunt. But maybe it is. He was rumoured to be partying a lot in the off season. But if I just won the world driver championship, I dare say I might be partying a lot in the off season too. OG Zilla's in the house. I think Max has his pick of either Mercedes or McLaren. I don't know, you know. I think McLaren, yes. Mercedes, could you see Max and Antonelli? Mercedes golden boy. Don't you think Max might hamper his development? Would Toto do it? I actually feel that Toto would rather push George Russell in as a number 2, keep Antonelli as a number 1, have his development, become the golden boy, and not bring in Max. That's what I think. You know what Toto's like? Why would he do it? Does he want to disrupt Mercedes? Does he want that? Max is outspoken, difficult to manage. If there's a problem, he speaks out too much. He's all brand Max. Red Bull are part of the problem, by the way, because Red Bull have allowed this to happen. They've allowed their driver to become dominant rather than the team be dominant. One thing I'd say about Mercedes and Toto, he's always enforced Mercedes comes first. Then you guys, then the drivers, Mercedes first. Red Bull lost the way. Horner is probably to blame. He was so scared of losing Max, it became Max comes first, team second. He'd sacrifice the second driver. And I don't know. I think that's bad when you allow a driver to become that powerful. And I don't think Toto would want to take that risk with his golden egg. No, golden goose, I should say, which is Antonelli. Yes, he could sell cars for Mercedes. I don't know. I actually think McLaren will be the way. Where he goes. Yellow flag. Oh, no. They flashed it for a second. So that's my guess. I mean, I'm not saying I'm right. That's my guess on it. I think... Oh, Cadillac. The double DNF for Cadillac. Sergio Perez nursing this Cadillac home. Something's flapping on the suspension. It's a suspension failure. It looks like for Sergio Perez. Cadillac, he's just trying to roll this car home to the pits. He needs to stay way off the racing line though. Yeah, Sinbad says no way Hard will be able to do 49 laps plus and be competitive. Pick Kimi. Hey, okay. I see you in the chat. It's a mugs game. Ferrari's on some nonsense with Charles Leclerc. I mean, Leclerc now is nearly 10 seconds behind Hamilton. Yeah, it looks like one of the control arms on the front left suspension of Perez has broken. Ha! Is Cadillac about to give Kimi the safety car he needs? Well, no, actually, we haven't seen anything. The zero safety cars, 0 yellow flags. There's still 18 laps left, though. It could happen. Definitely could happen, but it won't be the Cadillacs causing it. Alonso and Stroll, we are on Aston Martin watch this weekend. Aston Martin's running P14 and P15. So Hamilton is closing the gap on Piastri. He's now only 2.1 seconds down on Piastri. Yeah, I mean, Antonelli's done 29 laps on the hard tyre. Yeah, Mark DB76 says Verstappen's coming into striking distance. Yeah, what is he? 4.2 seconds behind Hamilton. But Max is going to need to stop again, isn't he? How old's Verstappen's tyres now? 13. Max will have to stop again before the end of the Grand Prix. He's not going to be able to do that many laps on the softs, is he? Yeah, Jerizi says that's 2 weekends in a row. Suspension issues for Perez. Chef says, where's Latifi when you need him? It isn't over till it's over, Sinbad. You're absolutely right. Hanakit says, Red Bull should only use hard and soft tyres. They're terrible on the medium tyres. It's funny, isn't it, how some cars do lose a lot of performance. I actually felt the Ferrari has not been great this year on the softs. But then when we saw Hamilton on his first set of hards, I think it was more of his wing issue. They did not alter the wing as he asked for. Then he gets his wing alteration on his second set of hards, and look at him now, he's flying. Yeah, Gisette, I know. Last race before the summer break. Wow, wow, wow. I know. What is it, a 4-week break? 4 week back. Listen, but on that, we do still have live news every day. We're still here. F1 Grandstand still here to entertain every single day, so don't go anywhere. There'll be driver market news, there'll be breaking news, there'll be paddock gossip, there'll be F1 news doesn't stop. So we will still be getting together every night, 7:30 UK time for that as well. So that's a really good reason, by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the time to do it. Join our grid, smash a like on the stream if you're enjoying it. Like I just said, live news every night, 7:30 UK time, Sunday through to Friday. Race weekend watch-alongs as well. Breaking news throughout the day. Driver market news, we've got you covered. Come and join us, get involved. And it's not just live chat, get involved in the comment section. I do read every single comment on the channel as well. So do come and get involved with us. You're very, very welcome. So Antonelli, is he gone on the softs? Antonelli on the hards. 16 laps left. Antonelli's going to be quick. So, team radio for Lando Norris telling him to slow down, calm down. Norris is now 12 seconds ahead of Piastri. He just needs to bring it home. He just needs to bring it home. Take it steady. Just tap it in. Tap, tap, tap it in. It is a tap in now for Norris. Maldonado days, Sinbad. UPX Skill says, guys, I'm talking to a girl and I've just found out she likes F1. How do I get into F1? Well, watch every single video on this channel. And by the time you've watched every video on this channel, every news show, every breaking story, every driver market news, you will then be able to converse with her. Watch them all. That's the best way. And come and join us for our live news, 7:30 tonight as well. So this is the schedule for this weekend. We're obviously watching is Sunday 1:30 for your race. 7:30 tonight, we're back with live Formula 1 news. We'll have a full Grand Prix reaction. That's 7:30 tonight. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you come and join us at 7:30 tonight UK time for your live Formula 1 news. We'll discuss everything. We'll resolve dips of the weekend, drive of the weekend, and any Formula 1 news that's come out from over this weekend. So make sure you join us for F1 news tonight. 7:30 UK time. You're very welcome. Amelia, you are a bit late, but you're at the business end. There's 15 laps left. So Verstappen, 2.5-ish seconds behind Hamilton now. The time to watch, though, is Lewis Hamilton is now, he has reduced the gap between him and Piastri to 1.8 seconds. Hamilton on a charge. Verstappen also on a charge on the soft. This could end up Hamilton, Verstappen and Piastri all close together. This could be really exciting by the end of this race. We could see Piastri. Oscar Piastri's. There's a problem. He's out. Verstappen and Hamilton already passed him. Piastri's got a problem. Is this going to be a yellow flag? Yes, it is. Yellow flag conditions. Wow. He's lost the gearbox. Piastri has lost the gearbox. The one part of the car I think McLaren actually make themselves. It is. So McLaren take the engine from Mercedes, but they build their own gearbox. They have slightly different gear ratios. Lower gear ratios than the Mercedes. Their gearbox has failed. Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. Is Verstappen going to come into the pits because he's done 17 laps on these softs? Hamilton's done 25 laps on these hards. This is a cheap pit stop if you're going to have to pit. Norris has done exactly that under the virtual safety car. Of course he has. Of course he has. So Norris chucked on some fresh rubber. Hamilton, of course, Ferrari, learning from their past mistakes. Of course, coming in for some fresh rubber. Verstappen staying out on soft tyres. They're 18 laps old. Antonelli's got ahead of Hamilton here, though. 13 laps left. Hamilton's coming out on the softs. It's the right call. Wow. Hamilton does make it past Antonelli. This is going to be exciting now. To the end of the race. You've got Norris, Verstappen, Hamilton, then Antonelli. Nothing between Hamilton and Antonelli. Verstappen's on old soft tyres. But Hamilton is 9 seconds behind Verstappen. Verstappen is on old rubber. This is going to get interesting. Gisette, Gen Z, young women and American audience with female fans now making up 42% of the global fan base of Formula One. Wow, love that. They're all welcome here, Gisette. Bring them all. I love new fans in Formula One. The best thing is, you know, you got these people. One thing I hate about Formula One is that some people have been following the sport for 50 years and you've got new people. I don't like that sneery attitude where they don't help new people. We should be like encouraging more fans in the sport. Oh, you don't even know that. You don't know what a pit stop is. You know what I mean? But it's crazy to treat people like that. Everyone has a day one, and we don't do it here. And I love that there's new fans in Formula One, and they are all welcome to come and join us here, because the old fans in Formula One here are super nice, super helpful. They'll help people to enjoy the sport, learn about the sport. And that's what I'm so proud about this community. It's such a great community. Yeah, Sinbad says, told you all, safety car after lap 50. What is going on here? Antonelli's past Hamilton. Was Hamilton just forced to give that back? Wow, I mean, to be fair, it's worked out great for Antonelli to be out in front of Leclerc, Hamilton here. And Verstappen, he's gambling on taking those soft tyres to the end of the race and thinking that 9.2 second gap between him and Antonelli and Hamilton, really, is going to hold up. But Mercedes will have the pace. Antonelli will be able to charge here. I mean, Verstappen is currently lapping at a one. You have to credit where it's due. Verstappen's last lap was a 1:23.652. Antonelli's last lap was a 1:22.415. So he's Antonelli lapping a second a lap quicker than Verstappen. There is enough laps then. It's down to 8 points. So if you can lap a second a lap quicker than Verstappen, you'll be right on his gearbox with 3 laps to go. Hamilton had to give it up. Yeah, I had to reset my skybox. Keen stays. He's a Red Bull fan. Red Bull champion, bro. Doesn't hate Ferrari. I get it. There's a lot of Red Bull fans out there. I understand. Yeah, Mercedes PU is pretty strong. But Hamilton's doing the right thing. Just stay in Antonelli's tail. Antonelli's going to close the gap down to Verstappen, Antonelli will tangle. There might be an opportunity towards the end of the race for Hamilton to capitalise on that battle. We've seen it before. This could be some real cool 4D chess that Hamilton's playing right now. That Mercedes power unit on the straights looks so strong, doesn't it? Just looks so strong. So, Hamilton super wide there. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Norris looking very good though. 6-second gap between Norris. Norris is on and Verstappen. Norris on fresh tyres. All Norris has got to do is keep the car on the road, bring it home. Kiki got hooked on F1 through Drive to Survive. A lot of people have, I think. I think that got them interested. The F1 movie did brought a lot of new fans, I think, from America as well. Oh, that's a good point, Russ Palmer said. Think about Alpine's new title sponsor next year. Gucci, baby. Yeah, I know, Darren. I know, but so sometimes it just sorts itself out. When they have a bottleneck issue with the data, it's always this map that gets affected, unfortunately. Garland Magosi in the house. Young female fan here. I started watching 23, even if my family already did. And with the podcast and stuff, you do learn pretty fast. And it's quite fascinating to learn about cars dynamics. Yeah, if you like the techie stuff, that's the thing. Some people just love the racing. Some people like the drama, the human interest drama stories from the drivers, the teams, the movement of staff. And some people love the technical aspect. And some people love all of it. So there's something for everybody. And the more you get into Formula 1, the more you might start exploring the technical aspects. But yeah, I agree with you. And the most important thing is, ask questions, be part of the community. And if you are somebody who's watching right now, who's ex-Formula 1 engineer, just been a fan for 50 years and knows it inside and out, come and join the community. Help the new people as well. If people have got questions, help them out. But like I said, the one thing about Formula 1 in general is I've never liked that sneery attitude about, that elitist attitude. I think there's no room for it. I just don't think there's any need for it. And if wow, these Lindblad and Lawson are neck and neck here. They are fighting each other on track. Lawson trying to find a way past Lindblad, but he's also got Hulkenberg on his gearbox. Lindblad holding them all back though. Arvid Lindblad holding on to his P8. He's got every right to do it as well. But Lawson, he is trying to find a way past. Antonelli has closed the gap now. just 5 seconds between Antonelli and Verstappen. There's going to be some battles here before the end of this Grand Prix. We're on lap 62 of a 70-lap race. Hang on, just speed in the pit lane investigation for Hamilton. No freaking way. It's got a pit limiter. Thank you for putting that out, Gisette. Yeah, race control message just coming in. FIA steward incident involving car 44. Hamilton investigation, speeding in the pit lane. We will keep you updated as to the outcome of that investigation. That's a 5-second penalty, by the way, if he gets found guilty of it. Hey, Jerry Brooks, I see you. Yes, Simbad. Never close a new door for newcomers. Exactly. Everyone's welcome. Brilliant. I love it when people ask me questions. I love it if people stop me and go, I want to talk about something. And even if they know nothing about anything, I want to, I want to pique their interest, pique their excitement in this sport. Wow, Ferrari, Hamilton. Verstappen. Oh, Hamilton's all over the gearbox now of Antonelli. Wow. Wow. So we've got Verstappen's got a bit lucky there. Back markers messing around with Antonelli has allowed Verstappen to pull up the gap to 6.5 seconds now between Verstappen and Antonelli. But Hamilton is all over the gearbox of Antonelli. They are both closing down Verstappen. They have got 6 laps left in order to catch him. It's possible. It might be a last lap. Excitement for everybody, but let's see. Yeah, these back markers are causing havoc. So, Antonelli makes it past Lindblad. 0. Wow. They're lapping drivers who are fighting each other. Lawson, Hulkenberg, Lindblad, all fighting each other on track, whilst Hamilton and Antonelli are trying to make their way through the field. It's making it very tricky, but it's good news for Verstappen. So Hamilton now realises he's probably just fighting Antonelli now for that podium. I don't know whether there's enough in the tank for either of Antonelli, well, for Antonelli to catch Verstappen here now. The back markers have really caused a problem. Yeah, iMark says Verstappen's gamble seems to be working. I think it is. I mean, Verstappen's on soft tyres that are 26 laps old. Staying out on track, not taking a pit stop under this virtual safety car. Verstappen looks like it's working out for him. Those soft tyres will really have to go off in the next lap or so to allow Antonelli and Hamilton to catch him before the end of the race. Lewis is gaining. Yes, he is, not Vinks. He is indeed. I mean, Hamilton's on the soft tyre. I mean, he is all over, not half a second between him and Kimi Antonelli. Yeah, Richard Lawton says, what's happened to the blue flags? Good point, Richard. I didn't see many blue flags being waved then when they were trying to make their way through. And they've still got to find their way past Hulkenberg and Lawson. Oh no, I think they've cleared them actually. He has. Wow, Hamilton's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Stewart's Steward's result on that investigation. 5-second time penalty for Lewis Hamilton speeding in the pit lane. That means Hamilton is now racing Leclerc, who is 5.2 seconds behind him. So Hamilton needs to finish the race 5 seconds ahead of Leclerc. Leclerc now racing for P4. Oh, what? It's a shame. How would you get caught speeding in the pit lane? I mean... We saw the Monaco situation, didn't we? We saw the Monaco situation. It'll be applied at the end of the race, obviously, because there will be no more pit stops. But yeah, Hamilton, and now Leclerc is the fastest man on track, understands that he needs to be within 5 seconds of Hamilton to get that spot. Peter Pan didn't watch practice and qualifying. Why didn't Mercedes give Antonelli mediums? I mean, they could have given him softs, actually, if they had a set. Norris is going to take this one. 3 laps left. I need to see the data. I don't know. This Lewis Hamilton pit lane, it's binary. You're either going over the speed limit or you're not. Unless, like in Monaco, they've set up the speed traps the wrong way. They didn't do it correctly. But it's only Hamilton who's been caught speeding in the pit lane, which makes me think it could have been a mistake. There could have been a mistake there. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But it always feels like it's Hamilton getting the penalties, doesn't it? And Leclerc's now within 4.4 seconds of Hamilton, which means Hamilton would finish P5 at the moment. Still, I Rise says, have they told Hamilton? I mean, they should have done. I don't know. They should tell him. 100% they should. Colourful Concept said, do I believe it? It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to believe that Hamilton's always the guilty party. It's hard not to go, what WTF, isn't it? It's because when somebody's on the wrong side of decisions, as often as Hamilton is, it's hard. You know, it means that when Hamilton is truly guilty of something, it makes it very hard to even accept that could be a possibility. Because I'm always thinking Hamilton on the wrong side of a decision again. But then there was a weird thing in Belgium, wasn't there? Hamilton, by rights, because of not his fault, but because they released him in an unsafe manner, he should have got a penalty. He didn't get a penalty then. They went against their own rule book and they fined the team. So that was a penalty that he should have got and didn't get, according to the rule book. But yeah, it just seems more often than not Hamilton is on the wrong side of these. Hamilton, we got 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. Handing out penalties like crazy, he said. Two laps left. Hamilton actually handled that really well. He just went, handing out penalties like crazy. That was Hamilton's response. Read the room, guys. This is F1 2.0, 21st century, Gisette says. Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Joanne Crozier says, when Sir Lewis retires, so may the stewards, as they'll have nothing to do. I take your point. I hear you. Guys, stop spamming the chat. It doesn't matter if you're not a Hamilton fan. You can write it once. Everyone knows. It's all right. You don't have to spam the chat to get your message across. Norris is going to take this one. This is great news for OG Zilla. If we're going to celebrate anything, let's celebrate OG Zilla when Norris wins. OG Zilla gets a big uptick in fortune today. A nice payday. Let's go. I'm rooting for you. I've got to root for something. Norris also has been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. RevDep says Max and Lewis are the face of the race. To be fair, yeah, of course they are. They are. They're the biggest draws in Formula One. But Lando Norris, listen, it's his moment, this. He's on his final lap. He's coming around to take P1 at the Hungarian Grand Prix. And let's face it, he's drove exceptionally well all weekend. He put the car on pole, which nobody was expecting. And he's driven a flawless race today. He's been, okay, Piastri had to retire from the race with a problem with the gearbox. But let's be honest, Lando Norris has been way quicker than Piastri all weekend. And not just this weekend either. Lando Norris deserves the credit today. He's done exceptionally well. He's drove a brilliant race. And he's coming round. And a little Brucey bonus for one of our valued F1 Grandstand community members, OG Zilla, who had a little flutter on it. And he's going to be $2,000 richer. He's just going to bring it home. Yeah, Gisette says Lewis is always a class act, great sportsman. Yeah, he handled that. He's handled that penalty right. He just takes it on the chin. But stop watching F1. We're here to discuss it. We're going to try and make him change it. Lando Norris is your champion. Sorry, is your Grand Prix winner here at the Hungaroring for your Hungarian Grand Prix 2026. It has been a flawless performance. Max Verstappen gambled to stay out on the soft tyres. He did 31 laps on the soft tyre. Brings that Red Bull home P2. Antonelli P3. Hamilton on track P4. But Leclerc, obviously because of Hamilton's penalty, takes P4. Hamilton P5. Hadjar coming home P6. Russell P7. George Russell had a terrible start of the Grand Prix. Dropped down to P20 due to anti-stall kicking in. And there you go. He ended up recovering to P7. Lawson P8. Hulkenberg P9. Lindblad scoring points again today. Lawson will be pleased he beat Lindblad in the end to take P8. Hulkenberg will be pleased he gets P9. Scoring points again for Audi. Lindblad scoring points for Racing Bulls. Again, great performance from him. Bortoletto P11. Gasly P12. Wait for it. Wait for this one. P13. Lance Stroll in an Aston Martin. An Aston Martin P13, ahead of Fernando Alonso P14. Both of those Aston Martins beat Colapinto. They beat Ocon. The Haas. They beat both Williams of Albon and Sainz. They beat Ollie Behrman. Piastri didn't finish, and they beat both Cadillacs as well. It's a fantastic first upgrade of the ongoing upgrade package for Aston Martin. Well done. Cal Coolett in with a super chat. Ferrari pit strategy strikes again. Second half of the season, Lewis Hamilton had to stop putting so much faith in the team and ask for info to make his own decisions. I actually think, Cal, people will agree with you. I'm going to come back to that in just a second. Auxilla with a super chat, which is literally him celebrating his $2,000 win on his little flutter on Norris. Well, I'm so pleased for you, OG Zilla. Absolutely brilliant. Everyone needs to like that. I'm so pleased for you, buddy. And yeah, Cal Coolett. I think you're right. I think putting the decision in Lewis Hamilton's hands when it comes to when to pit, I actually feel that that's not a bad idea. Did they give Lewis the choice to come in for new rubber? Because he had track position on Verstappen. He could have stayed out on track. You got to remember, he was running the hard tyre. That hard tyre would have taken him to the end of the race. He could have maintained track position and he'd be sitting P2 right now. Wouldn't he? Not Verstappen. And then he wouldn't have pitted anyway, and that means he wouldn't have his 5-second penalty. Look, you can see one bad decision. You can see how it links on to the next situation, can't you? I agree. And do they give Hamilton an option? The pit stop's available for you now if you want to take it. If Max wasn't coming into the pits, I mean, Hamilton did have track position. He had to make the call. Yeah, it's... yeah, I mean, who would have thought that Verstappen would have stayed out on those soft tyres, though, to the end of the race? 32 laps for Verstappen on the soft tyre. And by the way, everybody, we are back at 7:30 tonight. We're going to do a full reaction to the Grand Prix and do Formula 1 news. 7:30 UK time tonight, which is, what are we on? 4, 5, 6. About 3.5 hours time. We'll be back with your daily Formula 1 news. So make sure you come and join us for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all tonight at 7:30. So make sure you do that. And thank you to everybody. It's been a brilliant watch along. It's been a really exciting race, hasn't it? I mean, thank you so much for all your super chats. Brilliant. Hello to all the new subscribers. It's so great seeing all the new people joining the community. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased to see you all in there. So yeah, Norris P1, Verstappen P2, Antonelli P3, Leclerc P4, Hamilton P5. We're going to do the full reaction later. So join me again at 7:30 UK time for our full Hungarian Grand Prix reaction and the F1 news. Thank you for all your super chats. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all your support. It means the world. I'm going to go and get some food and I'm going to come back at 7:30 tonight. Don't miss it. Sunday night Formula 1 News Live is one of my favourites. So yeah, I'm going to see you all tonight. Thanks again. Thank you so much. Congratulations to OG Zilla on his big win today as well. Ah, brilliant. I'm going to see you all tonight. Ta-ta.